You can learn to have a nighttime routine. Just like with most things, if you go about it the right way, then it will yield results. It's time to stop sleeping in a dirty room with your teeth not even brushed, with no idea of what you're doing tomorrow. It's also time to stop feeling so guilty about not having a nighttime routine in the first place when you see other people talking about it or making videos about it. That guilt is not going to serve you, and it's about something that you can change relatively easily. You can change it. Oh, yeah, perish that idea of guilt. Perish it. I want to help you so you can go from this to this. The basics. We are going to talk about why my nighttime routine is like this, helpful mindsets, as well as what I actually do, and some tips and tools to help you. Why? My nighttime routine is pretty easy. There are parts that are just so easy that you'd think it's stupid. I suffer from chronic pain and mental health issues, so I find it easier to divide my routines into different levels. What do I mean by that? On those days where I am feeling good and motivated, I have a lot of energy, and all those things, I can do my level 3, aka hard level routines. Level 2 is for those days where I kind of feel in between. I don't have too much energy, but I also don't have too much motivation either. I can do longer routines, but nothing drastic. Now, on those days that I feel horrible, I don't have any energy, and the pain in my body is flaring up to a level that I can no longer handle calmly. And so, getting out of bed is the hardest thing that I will do that day. I do my level 1 routines. My level 1 routine days are the days where I do tasks and routines that have the lowest possible cost of entry. I make the things that I have to do so menial and so small and so easy that it would be ridiculous not to do them. I would love to do my level 3 and even level 2 routines every day, but that's not where I am right now most days, and that's not what this video is about. There are 3 mindsets that helped me make and keep this routine. The first mindset is 5 or 10% is better than 0%. So you are probably currently at 0%. You're doing nothing right now, and you want to get to a point where you have a nighttime routine that benefits you and helps you fall asleep better and earlier. Even if you do a 2-minute nighttime routine, you are now a person who has a nighttime routine in that very moment. 5% is better than 0%. You've been doing 0% so far. Even though 5% seems like such a small percentage out of 100, it's closer to your goal than the 0% that you've been doing. So something is better than nothing, because that little something gets you closer to where you want to be or who you want to be. The second mindset is small incremental changes is how change is truly brought. You cannot go 0 to 100 real quick. You're not Drake. In order to create sustainable and actual change, you must make small incremental changes in your daily habits. You will build your new identity through showing up consistently and starting small, then using progressive overload. That's how you do it. That's how you change. The Great Pyramids were not just built all at once. They didn't just put the whole thing together and then just place it in Gaza or wherever they are. They were built little by little. There was a first brick. Somebody put down the very first block, and then the second block, and then the third block, and then on and on and on and on and on until you get to the very, very top.
It wasn't just all at once, it was one after the other. The first layer needs to be a base for the second layer. The second layer then needs to be a base for the third layer. That's why being small and incremental with your changes and daily habits is so important, because they layer on top of each other. If you want to go all the way to the top without having a base, you will tumble. If you want to already start doing 50 push ups a day after doing your 50-step skincare routine, that's not going to last, because you didn't build a strong enough base, or a base at all, for any of those habits.
Third mindset: do different to have different. You've tried going 100%, but it didn't work for long. You've tried changing your life in a week. It does not work. You've tried to be different in your own way, and it failed every single time. That's why you're here. Now, it's time to try another way. If you truly want to be different, you must do different. And you gotta go slower and little by little. If everything that you've tried before worked, it would have worked by now. The definition of insanity, I hear this all the time. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Don't be insane. At least not in this way. Don't be insane in this way. This is sad. Okay? It's time to try another way. Now onto what I do. After watching this entire video, you can go back to this section of the video to kind of follow along with me if you need a body double, or if you just need some kind of accountability. I don't always do all these tasks in this specific order. Sometimes it's easier for me to start my night routine with brushing my teeth or with cleaning. And that's okay. Figure out which action is the easiest for you to start in order to get that momentum going for your nighttime routine. The first thing that I do is check the next day's calendar and schedule. This is to know what's going on the next day and to be able to prepare for anything that I forgot. I also use this as an opportunity to plan for the next day when I can. And this takes off an extra task out of my morning routine, which helps me. My next habit is to brush my teeth for at least 30 seconds. This time requirement is to motivate me to get up to go to the bathroom. Once I'm up, it's easier to do 2 minutes, but for those days that I can't, I just do 30 seconds and my mouth is much cleaner than if I didn't brush my teeth at all. And I made the habit 2 section of this video about 30 seconds long so that you can follow along. Habit 3 is pick up 5 items in my room. It can be any items, from a huge blanket on the floor to moving a highlighter to its rightful place. This is a low cost of entry for me, and I can do this habit most days. You're probably thinking picking up 5 pencils in my room and counting that as cleaning is ridiculous and stupid. Well, you aren't picking up any items. So many times after I finish picking up the 5 items, I have the momentum to keep going and I clean more than I set out to do. Like in this clip here. I am a Christian, and worship is something that is very important to me and something that actively blesses me. But due to a mix of perpetual spiritual attacks and unwise choices, as well as chronic illnesses, I just hadn't been doing it. So, to combat that, I gave myself the easy task of worshiping for 1 minute and 2 minutes when I can. Because I want to be worshiping for much longer in the future, I'm starting small so that the habit will last. Worshiping is very important to me, so I don't want to be playing around just because my ego thinks that I can do 30 minutes of worship after not worshiping for months. It's a completely different case when it's the Holy Spirit that's leading you to worship for long. Don't cut off the Spirit. I'm talking about when you start your worship habit with a unhealthy length of time that you cannot sustain over 1 week, let alone months.
Tips and tools. An awesome tool that I use is the Brili app. This is not sponsored, but Brili, hit me up. So, Brili is an app that helps me complete my routines, and it also creates a reward system for me completing my routines. It's an app made for people with ADHD, but it can be used for both neurotypical and neurodivergent people.
The second tool that I use is my planner. I use it to track habits like my nighttime routine. Whenever I check off those little boxes, it gives me a bit of dopamine, and using a planner also helps me track my progress, which then serves to motivate me. Tool 3 is a pair of cute pajamas. I got these at Walmart, by the way. Cute pajamas motivate me to be clean and to be done with my night routine so that I can wear them. I'm also motivated to take a shower so I can wear cute, clean clothes, which is always a plus. The final tool is to put on your favorite music as you complete your routine to make it more fun. A lot of times, if you play something that's bumping, your mood's gonna be bumping too. You've got this. And even if you don't, start small, go little by little, and have patience with yourself, and you eventually will. If you fall off, don't stay down. Get up. Get up and retry. Get up and do it again the next day, the next hour, the next minute. I've heard Steve Harvey say before that if you are going through hell right now, why stay in hell? Get up, continue, keep going, and eventually you'll get it. So that was my nighttime routine with some tips and tools to also help you start a nighttime routine. How many times have I said that in this video? Nighttime routine. Well, that's the video, y'all. Bye.